what's going on with Uber? Will the ruling affect drivers? Well, of course it will. This is going back to a little bit about what I was saying before, that if minimum wages are high and other legislation like holiday pay and pensions and general red tape, people will look to find alternative ways of your services. And I think this thing with Uber is one of them. Now, I know a lot of taxi drivers are self-employed because we act for some taxi drivers who are self-employed. But I also know that there's something about the way Uber was working that didn't pass the test of government of whether you're an employed person or a self-employed person. I remember, where is there a master-servant relationship there? Are they using their own equipment? Are they dictated to what they can and can't do? Can they assign the job to someone else? And and it basically looks like it's with Uber especially, it's a big ploy to pay people a lot less than minimum wage and get out of paying all their other obligations to an employee. How that will pan out, I don't know, but I suspect that it opens the door to not only the rest of Uber's taxi drivers, but to what they call the gig economy as well. So that means that anybody that is working as a contractor needs to sort of start being aware of this now. And what the government seem to be doing, they're doing it for years now. Hairdressers, they had the rent-a-chair schemes, which as long as you can prove it and it's right, and then you've got a lot of like web designers that are working for one person, or a builder, or all people that they're not really in business, they're just working for that one guy or that one company. And I think that's what the government's looking at. They're looking to find who the client is, who's the end service provider. So you can go into IR35 rules, which is all about the same sort of thing, where people are they a worker, or are they are they subcontracting as a self-employed person, or are they in fact PAYE? Now, there's advantages and disadvantages to be PAYE, and there's advantages and disadvantages to be self-employed. It all depends what your salary is. So if you're, as a self-employed gig person, you're earning very good money, then maybe you want to be self-employed because there are some tax advantages. On the other hand, if you're an employee barely obtaining minimum wage, then you want the employment status and security and benefits that go with it. But at the end of the day, it's not our choice. It's HMRC, and they will test whether this is. And this is an interesting case because it's proven what the government knew all along, that Uber should be employing these guys. Whether Uber can survive, whether they can offer the service that people will pay more, it's something they've got to deal with. There are some sort of like more action coming from HMRC in this, and I know because I had some bulletins through the other day, and the sort of what we've got as accountants, I'm sure every accountant watching this will agree with me, the amount of legislation coming through on this area means that do we really want to be even acting for people that are falling under the IR35 rules? It is going to be complicated, and I think if you are self-employed, then great. If you're not self-employed, then let's not pretend either way. It's not great companies that employ people like this and set up umbrella schemes and umbrella companies, and people get ripped off with that. I know I'm on the side of the employer, not the employee, but at the same time, it seems to be the big companies doing it again, and people have to go and work for umbrella companies, and they end up having their holiday pay and their national insurance contributions and everything else rolled back into their average wages, so it's reduced there, and then so they end up paying more tax, and then they've got the indignity of paying national insurance contributions, employers' national insurance contributions, and then they've got to pay a fee to the management company for the benefit of all this, when really they should be self-employed in the first place, or even running their own company if that's permissible.